That's the Canadian Broadcasting Company. Now, let me go on in the limited time I have. What else is this great country of Qatar? It has about 350,000 people. Most of the people who actually do the work there are people who brought in from Qatar, many of whom are indentured servants. They get in and they can't get out. Let's take a look. And these things are all over the place for anybody to see, any diplomat to see. Here we have the Jerusalem Post unveiling Qatar's substantial financial influence in American universities, promoting extremism and leveraging its wealth, promoting calls for tighter regulations and oversight. An unprecedented wave of anti-Semitism has been rising in the United States, you may have noticed, including violent protests, tent encampments, harassment of Jews and Israeli students, and aggressive anti-Israel, anti-Jewish messages. Those who monitored Qatar's covert activity in the U.S. and its massive financial influx saw it as a natural continuation of promoting extremist agendas under the guise of supporting science and students. Wait, Qatar is spending money to destroy our colleges and universities? The river to the sea crap? You better believe it. Billions. They have poured more billions into our colleges and universities than communist China, than any country on the face of the earth. Qatar had ideological goals primarily to promote the ideology of the Muslim Brotherhood, explained Dr. Charles Asher Small, CEO of the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism, and organization Vice Chairman David Harris in a New York Post report. According to Small and Harris, Qatar leveraged its immense resources wisely to enhance its image, such as hosting the FIFA World Cup, acquiring iconic sports teams in the West, establishing a global airline, broadcasting Al Jazeera, and integrating into higher education. It hired an army of lobbyists, lawyers, top-notch public relations experts in Washington and other capitals to promote the Qatari brand, penetrate decision-making circles, and intimidate anyone who might question its hidden motives. It goes on. In recent months, the Institute for the Study of Anti-Semitism published a series of studies and findings regarding Qatari funding in U.S. universities. They highlighted its use to influence the agenda through hundreds of joint research projects, extensive personal data collection on students, significant universities operating campuses in Doha, and more. The main research published in November 2023 revealed Qatar as the primary funder beyond the sea of American universities. Asher Small Harris called on the U.S. to rein in Qatar and so forth and so on.
Playing the
And they're
long
not the only
game
ones.
while we're
Here we have
bickering
the
about bullshit.
Counter-Extremism Project. What did they find? Qatar's support for extremists undermines regional and international security, provides direct financial and logistical support, their conclusions, to internationally designated terrorist groups, harbors sanctioned, designated, or wanted individuals, including former Hamas leaders. It goes on. What else? Invests in global financial institutions directly linked to entities that finance and support the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas. Qatari government has lent support to Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Nusra Front, and the Taliban, including through direct money loans, ransom payments, and supplies transfers. And they have a zillion footnotes to prove their point. Oh, one more. I could do a whole year on this. Over at the Free Press, April 28, 2025, foreign donors have given as much as to U.S. universities in the last 4 years, they mean the Biden years, as they did in the previous 40, according to a new report by the Network Contagion Research Institute that was shared with the Free Press. The study shows an explosion in overseas funding for American schools between 2021 and 2024, nearly $29 billion in foreign money donated during that period. Qatar and China are among the largest sources of funding. That $29 billion figure is more than double the total for the preceding 4 years, and they say it's an understatement because a lot of these countries are not even reporting how much they're giving to our universities. Qatar is the largest source of foreign donations to U.S. universities since reporting began in 1986, with $6.3 billion coming from the gas-rich Gulf state. Qatari donations have ramped up significantly over the last 4 years. Nearly a third of donations from Qatar, over $2 billion, were given between 2021 and 2024. So let me finish this opening statement with the following. Qatar, Release the Hamas leaders to the United States for prosecution for war crimes. Release them now. Otherwise, your sovereignty means crap. Number two, we need to limit its ability to purchase businesses and politicians in our country and to pour its poison money into our universities and colleges to undermine our country and our ally Israel and spread anti-Semitism. Number three, it must stop funding Hamas. Number four, it must come clean on 9/11. Confess. We'll be right back.
Bingo.